So, Mike, with your new book coming out on September 1st, The Eschatology of the Restoration of All Things, I just want to read a quote from that book. It says, the light of true sonship is beginning to shine with the hope of true restoration to counteract the despair of the world as its systems fail and fall. So the systems of the world are failing and falling. I was wondering if you'd talk about that quote from the book.
Yeah, there is a sense where everything, the restoration is very much entangled with us. And our restoration, both in what we've been talking about already, in terms of our spirit, soul, body being restored into the right balance and harmony with one another, but also our restored sonship, where, yes, we are seated in heavenly places in a position of authority. That authority has to be exercised and legislated. So there's a sense where we see the world as it is, and that gives us the motivation aligned with the Father's heart to exercise our authority as sons, to bring about the legislation needed to bring the change and transformation, the restoration of that. And I think there are things that God is once restored, which will be down to us to restore them, rather than us waiting for him to restore them. He will work with us in restoration, not doing the restoration, and then we'll just benefit from it. So I think as we mature, we will get to be involved in more of the restorational process. And I think as sons of light, that can be seen as sons of enlightenment, sons of illumination, sons that were revealing the truth, the light of truth to the world, to show the world that who God really is, and to demonstrate that light as God is light, God is love. Therefore, we've got to change the darkness of how the world functions from a tree of the knowledge of good and evil perspective, which means we must not function from that. But also, I think from the religious perspective, the way religion has twisted and manipulated who God really is, and really has actually covered everything in darkness. Because it's like, Jesus said, well, you don't light a candle and then put it under a basket. A city needs to be on a hill, seen, displayed. And I think that's what creation is longing and waiting for, is the revealing or the bringing to light, if you like, of the sons of God. The book and the last 2 chapters of the book really was finishing off that book in terms of this is the revelation of our sonship. In terms of this means what is restoration? It is us operating as sons to the solar system, to the dimensions, to the galaxy, the world, to creation itself. Yes, you need to be able to see what is darkness. What are the systems of the world that needs changing? I don't believe God is going to restore something that we created. I do believe he is going to restore everything that he created. So is he going to make our worldly government better? No, he is going to establish his government and peace. So it's not about, let's see politics restored. God never intended politics in the first place. That's something we created. So we don't need to try and see the restoration of what we have done, because those are the things which will be shaken and won't remain. What will remain is God's kingdom. And I think we are both agents of illumination to show people that which isn't of God, and agents of illumination to show people what is of God and to show people who God is, and then be agents of change to bring about that transition from one to the other. When it says it's the removing of those things that can be shaken, that which remains is that which can't be shaken, which is God's kingdom. So it's the removing of those things, and that might be removing those things from our thinking. It might be removing those things from our behavior. It might be removing those things from how we manifest all this, how we live. There's a removal of not just the systems of the world, but how the systems of the world have operated in me.